If each race is allowed a slot in GM, if you're good enough, how many individual people do you think are actually in GM? 190, 150, 66.6? How many people do you think have multiple accounts in GM? I'd say there's quite a few with 2, 3, 4 with like different accounts. It's always been that way. How many with different races? It's like, it's very few people are like me gonna have many accounts they keep in GM, because the thing is your accounts get kicked out of GM if you don't play enough games every 2 weeks. So it's like there's times where I have 4 GM slots and people get really angry at me. And I'm like, calm down. They're like, oh, you're knocking me out. And I'm like, you wouldn't have stayed in there very long anyway. Like, calm down, mate. Yeah, people go up and down, in and out. So it's like, so what is actual GM? It's like, I don't know, man. Maybe there's 100 people, 120. Like, but either way, it's like people go up and down. So it's, you know.
So the fun
I would say it's still a pretty accurate representation because not that many people may play like lots of accounts. But like even when I have people like, you got 4 accounts, you fucking hogging it, man. I'm like, well, they're not 4 accounts, it's 4 races. But the main thing is, not only is it just like, oh, this is something where you need to have higher MMR to really be solidly GM anyway, but it's just most of them don't stay in. I often have 3 races in GM on average. 2 to and right now it's only 2. My Terran's not even GM. There's always like one guy's like, well, I'm like 5k MMR and I could be GM if it wasn't for you, and I'm like, I don't know, man. You're gonna, like, even if you touch GM one time, whatever your MMR is, it's like, it's gonna take a bit longer before you really belong there, right? It's like, you have like a hot streak on ladder, you get GM, it's like, well, you're not necessarily normally a GM player. That's like your absolute peak performance over 1 week of good ladder, maybe a meta that favored your style, that you like really understood how to play, you know? It's like, you're gonna get knocked out anyway. It's not because of anyone else. Got to try to bring up your average, bring up your, I'm playing a little off today, can I still perform at low GM level, you know? It's like, don't focus on other people kind of blocking you from getting it. So anyway, guys, we're playing Western US. It's raining. I thought it was It's Riesling. Or Riesling? Like the wine? I was very confused. So we're doing a lot more chilling with the Overlord over the natural and just making reads based off of that. Now, with Terran, I like to take that as my 4th lately because it's like a nice 4th to push from. And I do sometimes like to take it in other situations, but... Oh shit, you were meant to be over there already. Oh, whoa, 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 okay. Okay, where you at, Reaper? I think he's going straight to the 3rd. Yes, good.
They're attacking your base.
Situation anyway.
Oh, so serious. The drones are under attack.
Your queen's ready for orders.
If it takes orders, your Zerg sniffed out the enemy.
Your base is under assault.
So he goes home in panic, going, shit!
Your Zerg
And
are
I go,
picking
cool,
a fight.
already got a few creep shimmies down.
They do
And
that.
I definitely met that for that Spore Crawler to finish. That's a big brain move.
Your queen's ready.
If it takes orders,
You finished evolving something.
I guess.
Hey. So that looks like it was delayed. Ah, man. So that Overlord sitting right over my 3rd just triggered me pretty hard. Because I accidentally clicked it a few times there. And obviously messed things up. 16, 3, 3. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. let's put that down. Let's make some lings to stop run-bys here. Of course, ready with the roaches.
I'm your queen, Matthew.
That's fine. We can put that there anyway. Can we get these overlords out, please? Okay, you can go there, you can go there, you can go there. Let's try and get that out. That guy should be dead.
Queen's ready for orders.
Hey,
I'm not sure if we're looking at a Zib coming in or what.
the enemy has met your Zerg.
In a hostile way.
I'm trying to make more queens because I really don't know what we're actually up against right now. Alright, we're gonna make a few roaches, make sure we're a little bit more safe. There we go. Alright, let's go 4th base. Get that up, make sure we've got ourselves secured for the next little step in this game. I'm a little worried about BCs right now since nothing's come, so we're gonna move these right back smack into the mineral lines. We don't want to get surprised and take a whole bunch of
Queen's ready
damage.
for orders.
If it
Just
takes
because we're not
orders.
prepared for BCs, that would be kind of silly. I somehow put my queens on the wrong control group there. I'm still not walling off fully. I
Your
don't think
Zerg
I
sniffed
want
out
to.
the enemy.
The enemy is destroying your creep tumor in a hostile way.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Your base is under threat.
Your creep tumor's in danger.
Is personal now.
These guys go out there.
They're attacking your base. Ready for orders.
So serious. If it takes orders.
Taking way too long to
Your
get all
Zerg
this
sniffed out the enemy.
situated, but we've got a 5th on the way, which will help us recover. Well done, well done.
Your Zerg are picking a fight.
Yeah, they do that.
Your base is under assault. Drones are taking a beating.
Ouch! The enemy has met your Zerg.
In a
It's raining
hostile
Hellions,
way.
apparently. That was a good little run by, and that's why you always wall that off. I was like, I don't need to wall that off. Yes, you do.
Can't.
They're
Always
attacking
wall
your
it off.
base. Zerg are picking
So
a fight.
serious. Yeah, they do that.
What are we at? 58? Too much damage, man. It's gonna be hard to come back from that. Okay.
Can't do that.
Can't or won't. You've mined a whole cluster.
Not a lot of it now.
Evolution complete.
You
Your Zerg are done mutating.
Your Zerg sniffed out the enemy.
All we're trying to do is just to survive right now. Now he's going libs. Okay. Let's go for a score there. Those guys are up there. Queen's are going to go to a more central location. More drones. Absolutely required, by the way.
Enemy strike at your weak fleshy drones.
Mineral fields depleted.
Desperately need that that Viper tech up. And here we go. 8 more drones there. Okay, now we can absorb some actual harassment. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. As I said, once I saw libs,
A mineral field.
Oh dear.
And we're building a lot more drones than is really required.
Evolution complete.
So I'm sure some people will be like, why so many? It's just preparing for the mistakes I'm going to make, basically. Now, that can hurt me.
The enemy has met your Zerg.
But I think we'll be okay.
Your Zerg
The enemy's destroying your creep tumor. Your Zerg are
Some
picking
lurkers. We're still trying to figure out exactly what the army looks like.
You mutated something properly.
Okay, he's sending some pretty big
The enemy has met your
counterattacks.
Zerg.
So we're sending a
In a
big army up
hostile
there
way.
to respond to that. We're also replacing the drones before they
Your
even go
base
down.
is under threat. Your Zerg sniffed out the enemy. Your base is under threat.
Very good. Anytime a BC dies, it really reduces the complexity of their army. You're going to notice I'm hovering at such a high worker count. As I said, we are preparing for that damage ahead of time. We know it's going to come. This is how Battle Mech players play.
can't or won't.
Okay, more lurkers. Trying to put some more spotters out on the map. We're also trying to, of course, a little bit more creep all over
Your
these
Zerg are done
side
mutating.
paths, as well as just put more spotting overlords out. So let's get that going, and I think we should be able to hang on. Okay, creep is getting out of control. That's what I like to see. Now, this army up here is kind of big. So you want to keep not just using it purely defensively, because that's too many units to just have defending, especially as my spine count increases. You want to actually get over there, take that watchtower, threaten a little bit,
Whoever's in danger.
These
Your
persons.
and
Zerg
let's
are
start
picking
using
mineral
some...
fields depleted.
They do that.
A mineral field is gone.
Yeah, check this out.
Finished evolving something.
I guess. The enemy has met your Zerg.
In a hostile way. Evolution complete.
You excite me. You mutated some.
Mineral fields depleted. Your Zerg are picking a fight.
Interesting, so I haven't played against that army before. That's cool. Sheet. What do we got? 83 drones. Let's just keep building that count up. Remember that swarm hosts do crazy well versus Thors. So we're keeping our eyes open for that swap. Alright, we are going to try to make one wave of Zerglings. That's just going to go there. We're going to try to take that base. If we can take that base, that would be awesome. Let's also take this base.
The enemy has met your Zerg.
Your Zerg are done mutating.
zone count is only 80 right now.
Your Zerg are picking a fight.
They do that. Your Zerg sniffed out the enemy.
Evolution complete. Do you mind a whole cluster?
Nothing left of it now.
The mineral field is gone.
Oh dear. You mutated something properly.
Work?
Oops, that was really bad. What the fuck? Are you guys just... Okay.
You mind a whole cluster?
That's your creep tumor they're smacking.
They're attacking your base.
Okay.
Ooh, so
It's almost time.
serious. The enemy
Future.
has met your Zerg.
If he can take that base, you kind of go, oh no, he's got more money than me. This is bad. It's fine. Bad push, bad push, bad push. But we can start making fashion houses, which is
Mineral fields depleted. Your creep tumor's in danger.
He's personal now.
yeah, he's really hammering in. I don't think he has enough. I do think that was a bit of an overextend.
The mineral field is gone.
Okay, we've got a few more passion hosts coming in.
The enemy's destroying your creep tumor.
I think spores are actually incredibly useful here. I think one of the big problems I've had though is I actually thought he wouldn't be pushing in this hard. So he's bleeding out
Mineral
units.
fields
I've just got to
depleted.
make sure I don't overcommit. I've just got to buy more time
Your Zerg
essentially.
sniffed out the enemy.
Your Zerg are picking a fight.
They do that.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay.
Your base is under assault.
Your geysers expand.
Just like my...
Alright, we've got a lot of swarm hosts. We're going to try to redrone this base. We're also going to go like that. Because I think he's going to change paths at some point, realizing he can't get through here. Oh no, he's actually continuing to push through. Okay, cool.
The enemy has
Meathead
met
Terror.
your Zerg.
I like it.
That's your creep tumor they're smacking.
Mineral field is gone.
Okay.
Your base is under assault. You finished. The enemy is destroying your creep tumor.
They do that. That goes on creep.
I need more space. I need more space. Especially with the lag, we're not going to be able to deal with this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we need Banes now.
Your base, your Zerg threat. Your drones are under attack.
Sweet.
The enemy has met your Zerg.
In a hostile way.
Your Zerg sniffed out the enemy.
Your Zerg are done mutating.
Intriguing.
Your base is under assault. Zerg are thinking of attacking your base.
They do so serious. The enemy has met your Zerg.
In a hostile way.
Your base is under threat. Enemies strike at your weak fleshy drones. Your Zerg sniffed out the enemy.
They're attacking your base.
Ooh, so serious. Your drones are under attack.
Your Zerg are picking a fight.
Yeah, they do
Your
that.
base is under assault. Drones are taking a beating.
Ouch!
Okay, killed them. Alright, yeah, we got it all now. It's good. Shut up, man.
Your base is under threat.
So he might be able to get me if he can get rid of this base. But that's going to be a tall ask, I think. What was our drone count down to? Okay, I can go there. Yeah, these guys are going to keep going. So you can throw just a few there. Maybe one this way ahead of
The
time.
enemy has met your
The
Zerg.
rest can go that way as well.
Hostile
Just
way.
kill what we can. Kill what we can.
Your Zerg are picking a
Your
fight.
base is under threat. They do that.
Your
Your
Great
Zerg
Tumor's in
sniffed out the
danger.
enemy. He's personal now.
Your base is under assault.
The enemy has met your Zerg.
In a hostile way.
Oh my god, look at the parasitic bombs.
Your-
Tried to
That's
defend
your
that side
Great
with
Tumor
just
they're smacking.
those units, and we got him for it. Oh yeah. Swarmers didn't do as much as I would have liked.
Your Zerg sniffed out the enemy.
You mined a whole cluster.
Nothing left of it now.
Your Zerg are picking a fight.
Oh shit, nicely done. You can notice we have a lot of money in the bank. This all, of course, stems from the same thing.
They're attacking your base.
Ooh, so serious.
Okay, that base is dead.
Your
As long as we tax him for it.
Your base is under threat.
Fudge! Stop losing!
Zerg
Stop
are
losing
picking
swarm
a fight.
hosts.
The enemy is destroying your Great Tumor.
Ah, no! Oh my god, this guy pushes like a psychopath. I would never push this deep. This guy's so much braver than I am. It's the large balls Terran, man. Okay, we gotta keep fighting his army.
Enemy strike at your big fleshy drones.
Yeah, this guy's a crazy person. Alright.
They're attacking your base.
Ooh, so serious. The enemy has met your Zerg.
In a hostile way.
Alright, we've just got a camp. We got a camp. He's getting me before I have my defenses ready. He's not caring about cost efficiency. He's trying to force me into the chaotic situation where I stop my cost efficiency.
Yeah,
And that,
They do that.
it's not the way this is meant to
They're
go.
attacking your base.
Ooh, so serious. Your drones are under attack. Sniffed out the enemy.
Mineral field
The enemy has met your Zerg.
in a hostile way.
You mutated something properly.
You mined a whole cluster. Your Zerg are picking a fight.
They do that. Your base
Yeah,
is
he
under
actually did
threat.
really well versus the Swarmhost swap. Most people can't push through well enough, but he's actually done it. So really well done. Shout out to this guy. We just used way too many Swarmhosts to kill a few tanks. Cool.
Your base is under assault.
Your base is your Zerg sniffed out the enemy. That's your creep tumor they're smacking.
Yeah. So once I went to Swarmhost, I couldn't really handle the two-prong pushes.
The enemy has met your Zerg.
The enemy is destroying your creep tumor. Drones are taking a beating.
Ouch!
Well, you hatched a queen.
I'm your queen.
Your Zerg are
Yeah, really well done.
They're attacking your
Fuck,
base.
man. I've never played someone who could siege their units and push so well.
Your creep tumors.
We actually had to stay on Hydra Lurker there.
Personal now.
Too early of a swap, for sure.
Enemy strike at your
I think if we build some roaches, it might help, but at the moment, Banes are a little too cost inefficient.
Your base is
Can we
under
try and build
assault.
some roaches?
Your drones That's your creep tumor they're smacking.
We're all out of gas.
Too bad. Your base is under threat.
Oof. Some lag
They're
spikes.
attacking your base.
Without the enemy, so serious.
Yeah. Oof. Why didn't these come earlier? I could have used these as an excuse. What the fuck, man?
The enemy is destroying your creep tumor.
Oh my lord.
Hostile way.
Your Zerg sniffed
Work
out the
from
enemy.
home? Fuck! Why are you so evil, work from home? What the hell, man? Yeah, I think I needed to simplify where I was trying to expand to and just focus on defending one side actually well. Would have been the way to do it.
Your creep tumor's in danger.
It's personal now.
Your base is under assault.
I really want to fucking parasitic bomb
Your
that.
Zerg are picking a fight.
Re!
They do that.
No overseas. GG. Well played. Yeah, I was winning that game at some point there, and then I swapped, and my opponent took advantage of it really well. Just a crazy pushing style. I could not get enough Vipers up to abduct units quick enough. So what I needed to do was double down. Against this style, you actually go like 14, 10. I think 10 Vipers probably. Rather than going into swarm hosts. I think you just go up to 10 Vipers, basically. Infestors aren't bad as well, because then you can land the combo, but it's not so important, right? I think I should have been attacking this side with Lurker Hydra as well, because there's only so much Lurker Hydra that's useful on one front. So I got to remember the standard thing, which is always have another squad. Not once that Roach Hydra army on the left died, or I joined it down here, I actually got really fucking lazy. But there's only one tank covering here, so if I started pushing down that side as well with like a couple Lurkers, pack of Hydras, we would have been able to cut off the rally. And then these Lurkers needed to keep coming in. Now he was very, very on point with like just keeping the Lurker harass away from his bases. That's something that as he pressed forward and started doing the crazy pushes, Lurker harass would have picked him apart. But we'd kind of given up on it because he was playing such a turtle style up to that point, right? Where I was like, oh, that's not going to work. But as he stretches out, it actually would have been brilliant. And then I was just getting a bit too horny with some of these engagements. Not as much familiarity playing against tank lib is so bizarre. Because it's so countered by Vipers. Obviously he gets ghosts, but good luck landing EMPs. That's one of the hardest things to do. And these trades was really looking good for me for a while, but then there'd always be a moment where I'd be like, oh, I've got to defend this base, and I'd try to fight. Like here, there's no need to fight. So this is the first big fight that I'm about to fuck up. I'm sucking energy. They're out of energy. You cannot fight until your Vipers have energy. Just pull back, pull back. I don't need this base. I've got the entire map. But this is where I got way too focused on trying to hold this area. And look at this fight. Starts as a good fight. If I immediately pulled back after that little ending, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But look at that. There's a lot of Hydras running in, getting themselves killed. The Vipers are like, oh. All they did was throw away a Viper and interrupt getting energy. So a lot of them aren't even on full energy now. And then I dirt pulling those Lurkers back. And suddenly, we start seeing that unit's loss start to close. I just started building a big advantage there. The way he's headbutting in like this is a Terran style where you're looking to mechanically overwhelm your opponent who simply cannot micro well enough to deal with it. The Zerg simply has the better units here outside of the Ghosts. But if they keep sieging forwards, you've just got to be a little bit quicker to give up ground and pick your fights. And notice the Viper count. 3 Vipers, not rebuilding them. And I'm going, oh, let's go into Swarm Host because he's got so many tanks. No. You make fucking 10 Viper, just give up ground. Pull back. Backstab, Lurker, Hydra here. I'm letting him be the one pick the fight. So what I'm doing by sitting my army just outside of siege range every time, even when my Vipers aren't ready, is I'm presenting targets. All he needs to do is drop a scan and go, oh, cool. Siege lib on those Lurkers, get some free kills. Snipe with a Ghost, get some free kills. Siege with a tank, get some free kills. If I pull back further, he's like, oh fuck, I gotta move my whole siege forward. I gotta move everything. You come forward, you grab a bunch of units, you fucking punish him really hard, and then you pull back again. And you just keep doing that, and you can give up so much ground, and you'll be totally fine. Swarmos is not a bad swap, but we're not at the point where there was mass Thor that like, and even mass Thor Lurkers do fine. Like we just weren't at the point where we needed to do that. So I needed to wait a bit longer before starting to do something like swapping into that. And here, once again, why are we going down this ramp? My Vipers are all trying to get energy. And I'm not rebuilding the Viper count. So I overthought it, and I should have doubled down on this composition and used this composition better. It is so hard for him to micro this army forward. You run in here, you're like, lol, kill, and then you start running Lurkers in. You can run them in from this side as well, because if you run up here, guess what? You can burrow a Lurker there. You can burrow Lurkers here. You can run down behind and try to burrow there. He does actually still have 2 tank siege. Like I said, he was very Lurker harass proof. 2 tanks and a lib. Super defensive, but this side was wide open. And, yeah. That's all you need to do. He kept building so many Vikings and libs as well. I was like, whoa. This guy's fucking crazy, and those are expensive units. So, does he get in my economy? Yes. Does he do a pretty good job? Yes. Did the Locust start trading okay? Okay, but because I'm not giving myself room, once again, I'm not microing the Locusts. We actually get a few Lurkers there. A few Ghosts, sorry, with the Lurkers, which is kind of nice. Maybe get one more Ghost there. Yeah, one more Ghost. Tank count is still very scary, but obviously Swarmo is very good versus tanks. I'm pretty sure I still got cost efficient for a while here. Like that was next to no Locusts, they're doing damage, more Locusts are coming in. I gotta be throwing those a little bit more decisively. Hydras, once again, we're standing a bit too close. Just a little bit too close here. Yeah. Not dropping all at once. Killed 3 ghosts, 2 ghosts, something like that. We could duck some units, kill a few libs and tanks, pull back. Those trades are very nice. He's killing bases and getting a lot of evos and spores and things that are giving him value, but a lot of those spores will move down from other bases as well. And I think this Locust Wave killed at least a few tanks. Yeah, he's friendly firing himself a little. They're still not as decisive as they should be. We want them all to be landing at the same time so they overwhelm. We're letting them just A-move, and hence they're staggered a little bit. So he's out of money, you know, he desperately needs a new base. And this is the point where we give him a little bit too much room. Let him a little bit too deep in our base. Like, yeah, we grab a tank or two, yeah, we grab a tank or two. But then he pushes between our rallies and like stops making workers now. But we also haven't made it into banelings. So if you're gonna go swarm hosts, you need speed banes, and you need them yesterday. I do have bane speed, but I haven't made the banelings. So this push here, you cannot do. If I have banelings, the banelings clear all the hellbats. I pick off the front libs, abduct a Thor or two. His army is done. He can't push in here. We can respread creep. Swarmers start throwing backstabs or just picking off the tanks at the back with locusts, and you're fine. But the moment you're caught without lurkers or banelings is the moment you get into shit town. You get so fucked because even just the hellbats can create such a big opening. And then once again, A-move locusts, a few of them I microed to the back. What do we trade for there? Just hellbats. Oh, banelings are meant to be clearing all the hellbats and cyclones and stuff. Anytime your opponent shoves forward too fast, you need splash damage. Banelings are the best for it with swarm hosts. Lurkers will do the job as an in-between. But once again, we got caught between two different styles. That's the big problem. So, I wonder if these Zergans ended up doing anything, by the way. They tickled the siege tank. Great Liberator here, killed about 20 drones. He did a good job of keeping a tank siege there that kept picking off units that went up. Theselings did an amazing job, picked off a bunch of SCVs. Locusts come in and start just picking things off. Anytime I can throw Locusts at his infrastructure will be really nice. But yeah, look at these tanks, man. He's always got tanks on his edges. It's very well done. This Hydra does a fantastic job as well, by the way. This Hydra fucks shit up. Does end up going down. Another Hydra comes down, but there's already a tank siege by that point. Really impressive pushing power from my opponent. You could see there's a few points where I get ahead in units lost, but then we let him get between our rallies, not being ready. Where's the banelings? Look at this. Once again, Ghost, Cyclone, Viking, Hellion. Like, that's not an army that's allowed to push on creep. But we got caught too many times without that splash damage. GG. Really good play from my opponent. Hats off to them. That's a 62-30 player. But yeah, I missed showing the parasitic bomb. You guys saw it earlier, the parasitic bomb earlier on. I killed a load of libs with that. So very good Terran player, but I definitely think, you know, I understand how to beat that style, and we should have been able to do it. If we go back to the early game as well, I think we got reminded very well of why we always wall off that side. That second Hellion run-in, where they run in the third at the same time, they killed about 15, 20 drones. If it wasn't for that, I think we run away with that game. We would have had Vipers out much quicker, a bit more momentum going for us. It would have been not easy, but a much cleaner game. The Thor Hellbat he did for the Bronze to GM series. The Vibe build in action. Not quite Pagan, but I do like that you give a 6300 MMR. It's like per gamer MMR Terran. You're like, oh, they're copying Vibes build. This is what I love about like being a content creator and streamers, and people are like, they're doing the pig build, and I'm like, there's some player 1,000 times better than me, like doing a build that has some of the same units as one of my builds, and I'm like, yeah, that's mine for sure. It's like the classic, and we all kind of giggle to ourselves if someone says that, except for Avila who's like, no, I actually invented Mech. I'm like, oh no, oh no. How are you doing, Genetics Al? Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. AXL Transform with the Twitch Prime sub. Big Bandit with 100-bit cheer. This guy didn't get the social distancing memo. I know, he shoved his way in. Hey, Pops is the biggest with a 19-month resub. Deetris earlier with the 16 months. Thank you so much for the support, guys. That game went fucking forever. Yeah, this is an insanely skill-based game, Patrick. There's a reason StarCraft is the best esport It's because you can feel the mechanical push and pull of the players, like the sheer number of tasks going on, and especially when you got these games where you're both moving around and giving up areas of the map but pushing in elsewhere. Woo, there's just a feel to it, and that's why Brood War's so good to watch, because there's so much of it you can feel it. There's like a tactile, you can feel them both kind of stretching, and you can see it on the mini map, and you can just see all this shit. It's great. Thank you, No Prep, for the 32-month resub. You know, half an hour ago, I was like, it's time to go to sleep. Then you tried to play that game. Now it's 3 a.m. GG, No Prep. I am here to ruin your sleep schedule. Grok! Grok, an orc, apparently, has resubbed for 3 months. Grok! Grok sub. Hope you're having a bloodlusty night, Grok. Thanks for hanging out.